Hey guys, Crypto Dad here, and today I'm going to show you how to store your Ethereum offline using the MyEtherWallet.com website. So let's get going. Hey kiddo. So I've done a video before on generating a paper wallet using the MyEtherWallet.com website. There has been a lot of controversy lately about online generators and the fact that they can be insecure. Now, the MyEtherWallet website is very secure, but there are a lot of false sites out there, and there is a possibility that they could get hacked. So I'm going to show you a technique on how to use that website to generate an offline wallet, or what we might want to call a paper wallet. So let's get going. All right, so the first thing we'll do is we'll go over here to the MyEtherWallet website. Okay, I've been to this website before, so it auto-completes. But you want to be very careful when you go to this website, and you want to confirm that it does in fact say https myetherwallet.com, and it doesn't say .org or .fr or .s whatever, or it's a misspelled MyEtherWallet. You want to make sure you're on the official site. Also, this green up here, this MyEtherWallet LLC US, is also an indicator that you are in fact on the correct website. So let's get that out of the way from the start. Now, we could generate a new wallet right here online, but there is some problem with that. Like I said, this site may have become compromised, or you may be on the wrong site. So what we want to do is ensure that we're doing this correctly, and we're going to generate this wallet locally and offline. So how do we do that? Okay, so if we want to do this offline, there is a guide that's available on the MyEtherWallet website. We just go over here to help, and we're going to go down here to offline, and there's a little guide here how to run MyEtherWallet offline and locally, which is what we're going to do here. They have a link here that's going to link us over to the GitHub site where they have the latest version of this website. It's going to be downloaded as a zip file and then expanded, and then we'll put it on an online computer or computer that's disconnected from the internet. So the first thing we need to do is get a hold of this guy. So I'm going to click this link here. I'm going to open it up. So there it is on the GitHub site for MyEtherWallet. This is the latest version. They also mention that you might want to do this periodically to make sure that you have the latest version. So as of today, which is January 26, 2018, this is the latest version. And I'm going to... Okay, you'll notice in this first method that I'm simply saving the zip file locally on my computer, which is a perfectly valid and easy way to do this. But I've also included another method where I'm saving the file on an encrypted flash drive, which we'll use later. It's not completely necessary, so I want to give you this easy way first. And for those of you who are security conscious, you would maybe want to do the encrypted flash drive. Now, I hold in my trembling hand a USB flash drive that is encrypted, and I have chosen to encrypt this with VeraCrypt. This is where I'm going to store this. It's a safe place to store it. So I'm going to show you how that works. So the first thing I'll do is I'll insert this into my USB port. Okay, so when we insert an encrypted flash drive that's been encrypted with VeraCrypt into our USB port, it's going to ask us to format it. We don't want to do that. we're just going to launch VeraCrypt, and then we're going to mount a volume, and we can choose A. I think we have to do this. All right, and the device is my USB flash drive that has been created using VeraCrypt. And I'm just going to choose mount. And I'm going to enter my password. And click OK. Okay, and so that guy is now mounted on drive A. Take a look at that. Now if we go over here to my PC, you'll see that I have mounted this encrypted flash drive on A. Alright, now I have another video on how to create encrypted flash drives, so we won't go too much into that. I'm just explaining to you that when we download this, we want to put it in a safe place. Okay? Okay, so before I click this link here, I want to show you that in my settings in my Chrome browser, you'll want to scroll down here to advanced, and I like to keep in the download section. I like to have ask where to save each file before downloading. It allows you to pick and choose where you want to save things, because by default it's just going to drop it into your downloads folder, and we want to put it in our own location. So we just turn that guy on and we're good to go. So I'm going to click this link here. All right, and I want to save it on drive A, the drive that we just mounted. We're just going to click save, and there we go. Now you'll notice also that they have some checksums down here. Checksums are used for verifying the integrity of our download, and we're being safe and super secure here, so let's go through that. It only takes a minute. I'll put a link in the description on where you get this software, and I have some other great videos on how this whole process works, but I'm just going to show you how quick and easy it is. Okay, so here's the SHA-SUM for the file that we just downloaded, the EtherWallet zip. I'm going to copy that into my clipboard. I'm going to launch my SHA-SUM checker software. I'm going to browse over to the file that I just downloaded on the A drive. I'm going to click that guy, I'm going to open him up, and it generates some SHAs here. You'll see here on SHA-256 that we've got this E8E that looks very similar to this guy, but we have it in our clipboard, so we're going to paste it in here and click verify, and it says the SHA-256 hash matched. Okay? Now I'm not trying to impress you with this, I'm just trying to show you the preferred way to verify your downloads. A lot of people complain that, oh, why did you do that? It seems pointless. Why don't you just click it and run the installer? Because we're verifying the integrity of the download. We want to make sure that it was not corrupted in transport or altered in transport. For all of you paranoid people out there that don't like, you know, that I'm not as secure as I would be, don't complain when I pay attention to detail and verify my downloads, okay? I'm doing this for your own benefit. If you want to skip this step, be my guest. All right. So now that we've got this thing downloaded and safely stored on our A drive, now the next step is taking it to an offline computer. Now we can take this encrypted flash drive and remove it from this computer and put it in a different computer. And the other computer is going to be completely offline, has no network connection. Ideally, it's one that has never ever been connected to the internet and never will be. Okay? That is our safe and super secure way to do this. But not all of us have computers laying around that are not connected to the internet. A lot of us maybe only have one desktop or laptop in their home. So I'm going to do the next best thing, which is I'm going to disconnect my computer from the internet while I'm doing this. Okay? So let's just assume that I took that flash drive out and I've now connected it to my new offline computer. And the way that I'm going to make this computer offline is I'm just going to move myself up here a bit. We're going to go down here to the network settings, open network and internet settings. We're going to scroll down here to Network and Sharing Center. And we're going to go over here to change adapter settings. And here's my Ethernet connector. I'm just going to right click and choose disable. All right, now most of you only have one connection or network port on your computer. I happen to have two, so I'm going to disable both of them. And once that happens, you will notice that in this control panel, it says that we are not connected to the internet anymore. So there you go. We are offline. All right. And now that we're offline, we're going to go ahead and run this guy. I'm going to close all of this stuff. I'm going to close this. Oh, actually, I think I'm going to need that, right? Is A still mounted? Ah, yes, A is still mounted, so we're okay. So we have access to our encrypted flash drive. Alrighty, so we're going to decompress this guy. I use 7-zip. You can use WinZip, or Windows actually has its own decompression utility. However you choose to decompress this, pretty straightforward. Created a folder with the exact same name as the archive. I'm going to just open that up. And here we have all of the information that we need to run this website offline. Okay, so I'm going to click index, double click, and we're launching. Okay, you'll notice I'm getting a little error message here that tells me that I'm not connected. That's expected. That's what we want. Okay, so if I go over here to a different tab and try to hit Gmail, it's going to tell me I don't have an internet connection. This is what we want. We want to do this offline. So I'm going to create a new wallet. First thing I do is create a password. Okay, so please don't forget your password. Come up with your own system, whether it's a notebook that you write down all of your account names and passwords in and then keep in a safe or a hermetically sealed mayonnaise jar, or you have a computer program that manages your passwords, or you have an app that you use on your phone where you store all your passwords. Please keep track of your passwords. In this day and age, you're going to have hundreds of accounts and passwords, and you need a way to keep track of them all. So I won't go too much into that. So let's create a password here. And by all means, don't use the same password all the time. That is not a good solution. We're going to create a new wallet here. Now we're going to download this UTC/JSON file. This is part of the wallet. I'm just going to put it on my encrypted hard drive, disk A. It's a nice safe place to put it. And then I'm going to click I understand. Okay, and then this private key comes up. This is the one that gives us full access to the wallet. So I'm revealing it to you. It's going to be empty by the time I post this video. So I'm just pointing that out because I don't want newbies to think that I'm being slapdash by revealing my private keys online. I just want you to see exactly, I want to show you exactly what you're going to see when you do this. It's not going to be the same key, it's going to be similar. So we need to do some housekeeping here. We need to save this private key so that we don't lose it. Okay, so I'm going to highlight it, copy it, and I'm going to open up that A drive. There it is. And I'm going to right click and create a little text file. And we'll call this private key. Keeping in mind that this will be on an encrypted flash drive that we will be removing from the computer and storing in a safe place. And I'm just going to paste that little guy in there, right there. Alrighty. Now, we also want to save our address. I'm going to do that in a sec because we can also do this print paper wallet business, which is pretty cool. Now, I can't print my paper wallet because I've disabled all my networking. So, but that's it. Actually, what I can do here, pooey. I can print this to PDF and store it in the same place. and then I can print it out later. Now I would assume that you're going to be saving this on your no internet computer, that you've got a printer connected with a USB, and you can print out this paper wallet. It's very convenient. It'll allow you to do some scanning. I don't know as far as trying to cut and paste these into this interface, so I'm going to show you quickly. When we do save address, okay, we're going to use the private key method because that's what we just and it mentions here that it is not recommended. Remember that we are offline now, okay? So it is okay to do that because they're mentioning here that we want to do this offline, and that's the technique that we're using. So we can safely ignore this little warning here. Gonna paste that little private key in. Gonna unlock this guy, and it's going to reveal to me the address of this wallet, and there it is. That is the public address. So let's go back over here to our A drive, and we're going to create another text file and call this public. Okay, and I'm going to paste in the public address there. We're going to need these, okay? You could have created one text file that had both the keys in it if you wanted to, but keep in mind they need to be on the encrypted flash drive so that they don't fall into the wrong hands. You don't want them just laying around on your computer when you're back online. Okay? So I am going to refer to those in a minute. Okay, I could print the paper wallet from here as well, and there you have it. So I now have a wallet created that's got a private key and a public key, and it can be printed and stored and kept in a safe place. Now, what I want to do is I want to move some cryptocurrency into this wallet. Okay, now I'm going to need to be online to do that. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the public address. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the public address and I'm just going to copy it over here to my desktop so I have access to it. Okay, so now that I have that public address copied to my desktop, I'm going to dismount A. I can do that in VeraCrypt. I'm just going to choose dismount all, and A is no longer mounted, and then I can safely remove it from the computer. Okay, so here's my encrypted hard drive. I'm just going to store that in a safe place. I might need it. I might need it for a different video, but for this video, we're done with that. All we need to move some coins into this is the public address. So I'm going to put myself back online. Pretty much the same way that I took myself offline. I'll just go over here to change adapter. I'm going to right click on enable, give it a minute or two, a few seconds actually. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing to the other one. Mind you, I have 2 network ports, you probably only have 1. Okay. Okay guys, so now that we're back online, I'm going to go ahead and launch my web browser again. And this time I'm going to go over to GDAX. It's my crypto exchange. And I've got some ETH in there. I'm going to put it into this paper wallet. Alright, so basically what I want to do is I'm on ETH here. ETH. Okay. I want to withdraw some ETH. Alright, and I want to withdraw to an ETH address. Okay? I'm going to max it out. That's the amount of ETH that I have in my account right now. You might want to choose a different amount. That's entirely up to you. You can just type it in there. I just put some ETH in GDAX here for demonstration purposes. So the destination address is going to be the public address of our paper wallet, which is this guy right here. We're going to copy that. And we're going to paste that into the ETH address. and my two-factor authentication code is required for a transfer out. Okay, so we'll enter our two-factor authentication code so that we can do this transfer out, and then we'll click withdraw funds. Okay, so there we go. The funds have been successfully withdrawn from my Coinbase account and moved into the public address of this wallet. Okay, so now I want to make sure that I got them. So what do? We can go over here to etherscan.io, which is the blockchain explorer for the Ethereum network, and I can just paste in that public address right there and click go. Okay, so let me just roughly go over what we did before. We decided to create an offline wallet using the MyEtherWallet website. We downloaded their current version to an encrypted flash drive. And then we took that flash drive and we put it into a computer that was offline. You could move it to a different computer. In my case, I just disconnected my demonstration computer from the internet to perform these operations. We launched the website offline, and we generated a paper wallet, and we saved the private key and the public key. And that will keep in a safe place. That is our offline storage. Now, I copied the public address back to the computer before I took out the flash drive so that I would have access to the public address. And then I transferred some Ethereum or some Ether tokens from my GDAX account into this paper wallet for storage. And that's how you store your Ethereum offline. And that's the safe and secure way to do it. Okay, I'll probably do another video on how you transfer from this offline wallet safely and securely without exposing your private key to the internet to some other type of storage, maybe a hardware wallet or a desktop wallet. But for now, that's how we do the generation and of the offline wallet and transfer some Ethereum into that wallet. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. I'd like you to subscribe to my channel. And if you do subscribe, there's a bell next to the subscribe button, which allows you to be alerted whenever I post a new video. So I hope to see you again, and thanks for joining me.